Hey guys, before we start today's show, I want to get serious with you all. My good friend Chris Dace has put together a very special charity event called the Dace-tacular Gaming for a Cause, a non-stop 24-hour video game marathon with all proceeds going to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Even though the holidays are over, this doesn't mean the spirit of giving is over as well. With your generous donations, you are giving these children hope for a brighter future. And with every $5 donation, you are entered into a drawing to win some very cool prizes. Please go to the following website to learn more information. Thank you, and enjoy this episode. Hey guys, it's Travis here. Doing something completely out of the ordinary here. As some of you know, in the gaming community, especially in the YouTube community, we lost a really great friend this past week. And I'm talking about, of course, Justin Carmical, otherwise known as JewWario. He was, I didn't know this guy on a personal basis. I really didn't. I became a fan of his from watching ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com when he was affiliated with that website. And the first time I ever saw him was the movie Kick-Assia. He seemed like such a funny guy. He just seemed like one of the coolest guys in the world because he loved what he did. He loved the content he put out, and he did it for his fans. He did it for himself. He seemed like a really great guy. And when I heard about what happened to him, I gotta say, obviously a lot of us felt really sad about what happened. And it really makes me, it really does make all of us think that someone who has depression, they do go through a whole lot. And some people, when they get that depressed that they want to take their own life, it's tragic. It's very tragic. And I thought that first of all, I don't want to glorify this at all. I really don't. When someone passes away, it is incredibly sad. It's obvious. We all understand how it feels when we lose someone. Wow. Can't believe I'm actually filming this and saying this, but I need to say this. I do. I know what suicide can do to a family. I know all too well. And this is something I haven't really shared on my show or any shows that I've been on. Of course, I'm talking about rose-colored reviews, rose-colored let's play, I Got Gameplay, or this other show I do called Geek Speak. I don't really go into a lot of detail about this because it is rather personal and it's very private. But I want to go ahead and share this with you guys. On May 18th, 2011, I had received like most terrible news anybody could receive, which is my brother Timothy. He took his life that day. He had a lot of personal demons he was dealing with, and I really don't know exactly what brought him to that point, but I'll never forget the day I found out that he took his own life. I was at work one evening, and I was just doing my thing, and next thing you know, one of my supervisors came over to me and said, your wife's here, she needs to talk to you. And I'll never forget this. She told me, or when I met her out front, and she says, we need to go home. I need to talk to you about something. And at first I thought, what, is she leaving me? I mean, is she divorcing me? I just didn't know what to say. I was just kind of worried. She was kind of scaring the hell out of me. And then she actually, when we got back to the apartment, she said, I need you to sit down, and I need you to hand me your glasses. At first I thought she was going to smack me for something that I didn't even know that I did. But I gave her my glasses, and she says, Travis, I really don't know how to tell you this, but your brother shot himself. He's gone. And it just took a few seconds for me to react, but those few seconds where I was just speechless, didn't know what to say. I thought it was like a dream. But when it finally sank in, I just came apart. I was bawling, I was crying. I mean, it's the natural response. And this is something I never expected from my brother. He took his life at such a young age. He was only 41. And it was just the most incredibly hurtful thing I've ever gone through in my life. Here's a man who I've looked up to all my life. He was my inspiration. He was my guidance. He was everything that I wanted to be. He was the most incredible man in the world. And he was my hero. And for him to kill himself, that hurts so much. And it's a feeling that's understandable and everything. And when I heard that Justin Carmical took his life, that made me think back about when my brother took his. And I still deal with that on a daily basis. There are sometimes I will just, ball up and cry because the pain is still there. Especially if I hear a song on the radio or just something that makes me think of him. And, of course, for a while, it was hard for me to listen to Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. That song, for a long time, it was just unbearable to hear because it made me think about my brother and how much I miss him. And how much I still love him. And I wish that he was still here so I can call him up and just kind of give him a little bit of a hard time saying, hey, the Dolphins didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but the Broncos did. Because I'm a huge Broncos fan. And I would love to pick up the phone and just kind of rub it in his face. And then we just, bullshit around a little bit. Because that's how we were. We were very close. And here's something else I'm going to share with you guys. This is very personal, so I do go through depression. I mean, I haven't been clinically diagnosed with depression, but I have gone through times in my life where I wanted to kill myself. And that's the truth right there. Especially last year, when it got really bad. And this is because when my now ex-wife kicked me out of the house. I was living in Oklahoma at the time, in Tahlequah. And she did some stuff behind my back. She took some of my school money, and she blew it behind my back. They didn't even tell me what she was going to do with it. She just went ahead and did it anyway. And we got into a big old fight about that. And then afterwards, one night, she said to me, I want you out of the house. I want you to get your stuff. I want you out of the house. So she kicked me out. And I had to go live in the university's dormitory for the remainder of the remainder of the semester. And it was the first time in my life I ever felt truly alone. I didn't have any friends around. My family was 600 miles away. For the first time in my life, I was truly alone. And it weighed on me a whole lot. It got so bad one night that all these bad feelings I had just culminated right then and there. It was late February. I think it was like the 26th or something like that. Depression hit me so bad that I wanted to go to the university's tallest tower that they had there and take a swan dive from the very top. That was like the darkest I've ever felt in my life. I really wanted to just end it right then and there. But as you can see, I haven't, because how else would this video be made if I was gone? But I don't know what happened that night that made me just drag myself back to my dorm room and go to bed. And I was telling some family members on Facebook that night before the night where I thought about killing myself. I told them just that. I told my one cousin, I said, I want to die. I want to die. I just can't handle this anymore. I don't know what I've done to be in this position that I was, but I wanted to die. And next thing you know, when I went to bed that night, I woke up next morning and got a phone call from my mom. She was concerned. So I'm taking a stab here and thinking that my cousin called my mom and said, "Hey, something's really wrong with Travis. He wants to commit suicide." I'm thinking that's what happened. But I'm thinking that's how I think that's the reason why my mom called me that morning. She just wanted to check up on me. But there are days I just feel really happy, like happy-go-lucky, and there's days that I'm just really depressed, and I just don't want to get out of bed. I just don't want to do anything. There's many times I just don't care. I don't know if that's normal for anybody. It doesn't. I definitely don't feel normal. That's for sure. I don't feel normal. But I do deal with this on a constant basis, where I feel like I want to just end it all. And it's a bad feeling to have. It is very bad. I know there's going to be people out there who are watching this right now are going to be very concerned about me, and that's understandable. And I'm, be honest, I'm kind of concerned for myself as well. But I know that if I do surround myself with people who do love me and want the best for me, I know I can get through this just fine. It's just a struggle at times, but I definitely haven't had any thoughts since that night of killing myself, because I am in a better place right now. I'm going to be honest. I'm living back home with my family, and there's going to be times where it's going to be very hard for to deal with some of the family issues, because you're going to butt heads every now and then, but you don't do it out of spite. You do it, you do it because you love each other, and that's how you get through issues and everything. But yeah, I felt like this is just something I needed to address with everybody here who's watching this video. I've learned a lot of things here in my life that I've realized that, and especially since my brother's suicide, that people who go through depression and people who feel like that they're alone in the world, they're really not. You know, you're not alone. I'm not alone. And there are organizations and there's people you can reach out to if you are depressed and you have thoughts of suicide. There are people out there who do care. And there are people out there who will tell you to your face that you do matter. And it's a great feeling to hear that. I mean, we all like to hear it more times than we want, but, you know, if you don't hear from others, just tell yourself, hey, I'm a wonderful person. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be alright. And we all go through times when we're insecure with ourselves. We all go through this. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And I tell myself that from time to time. And there's times I do feel insecure that I can't do this, or I'm unsure if I should do this, or whatever. It's just, we all go through those moments. But for me, like I say, dealing with a suicide, it's difficult. And it's still difficult to this very day. But I will say this. To all those whose lives have been touched by Justin, and I mean, if you're a relative of his, a close friend, or even a fan, or if you've met him in person, you know, he seemed like a really great guy. I wish I could have met him in person. But to all those that he has reached, however he reached out to you in some way, you know, I do express my deepest condolences, and he seemed like a really great guy. But anyways, I just thought I'd go ahead and share this with you guys. I know it's kind of a lengthy video, but I felt like this was something I needed to say. So I didn't do this video just to get anybody's attention or try to, direct their attention towards me. It's like, oh, it's about me. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the kind of person I am. I just wanted to share you guys what I've experienced in my life, and just to let you guys know who are going through depression, or you have suicidal thoughts. It's not worth it, guys. If you need to go talk to somebody, go talk to a friend, go talk to a family member, call somebody, go seek some help or something. You shouldn't have to go through this. You are somebody. You are somebody important. You matter in somebody's life. Don't ever doubt that you're not. Don't sell yourself short. You are important, and you do matter. And even though you don't know who I am on a personal level, and I don't know you guys on a personal level, I love you, and I'm sure you love me too. But if you need somebody to talk to, there's organizations, I'm going to put them in the description of this video, that you can reach out to and talk. Try to get through this. And it's going to be okay. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to end the video. And until you guys hear from me again, see you on the flip side.